Hey there. Have a good one.
Good day to you. See you later.
Of the primordial world they had known. The dauntless trolls rebuilt their ravaged cities and set out to reclaim some of their former power. The World Tree and the Emerald Dream, Birth of Eternity. For many years, the Night Elves worked tirelessly to rebuild what they could of their ancient homeland. Leaving their broken temples and roads to be overgrown, they constructed their new homes amidst the verdant trees and shadowed hills at Hyjol's base. In time, the dragons that had survived the Great Sundering came forth from their secret abodes. Alexstrasza the Red, Ysera the Green, and Nor's Dorm, the Bronze, descended upon the druids' tranquil lands and surveyed the fruits of the Night Elves' labors. Malfurion, who had become an archdruid of immense power, greeted the mighty dragons and told them about the creation of the new Well of Eternity. The great dragons were alarmed to hear the dark news and speculated that as long as the well remained, the Legion might one day return and assault the world once again. Malfurion and the three dragons made a pact to keep the well safe and ensure that the agents of the Burning Legion would never again find their way back into the world. Alexstrasza, the Lifebinder, placed a single enchanted acorn within the heart of the Well of Eternity. The acorn, activated by the potent magical waters, sprung to life as a colossal tree. The mighty tree's roots grew from the well's waters, and its verdant canopy seemed to scrape the roof of the sky. The immense tree would be an everlasting symbol of the Night Elf's bond with nature, and its life-giving energies would extend out to heal the rest of the world over time. the Night Elves gave their world tree the new name Nordrasil, which meant Crown of the Heavens in their native tongue. Norsdormu, the Timeless, placed an enchantment upon the world tree to ensure that as long as the colossal tree stood, the Night Elves would never age or fall prey to sickness or disease. Ysera, the Dreamer, also placed an enchantment upon the world tree by linking it to her own realm, the ethereal dimension known as the Emerald Dream. The Emerald Dream, a vast, ever-changing spirit world, existed outside the boundaries of the physical world. From the dream, Ysera regulated the ebb and flow of nature and the evolutionary path of the world itself. The Night Elf druids, including Malfurion himself, were bound to the dream through the world tree. As part of the mystical pact, the druids agreed to sleep for centuries at a time so that their spirits could roam the infinite paths of Ysera's dreamways. Though the druids were grieved at the prospect of losing so many years of their lives to hibernation, they selflessly agreed to uphold their bargain with Ysera.
Ladies, gents, and goblins, it's advertisement o'clock. Ever wondered how to get your stuff heard by folks who probably want to buy it? Everlook Broadcasting Co. is here for you. Now, let's get to the good stuff.
The products you never knew you needed.
Is your goblin-made machinery acting up again? Fear not. With a Dural-Char Labor Union's Goblin Safety Whistle, you can alert everyone in a 10-mile radius. Earplugs and spontaneous running advised. Every goblin knows the importance of preparation. Grab the Goblin PvP Survival Kit. Includes a white flag, a not the face sign, and a mirror to distract with your dazzling looks. Because sometimes it's just not your day. It's your sugar fiend, Zappo. You ever try a Warlock's Hellstone? Tastes like blueberry. Almost makes you forget it was crafted from the souls of the damned.
Hey there. Have a good one.
Hello. You need something? See you later.
Exile of the High Elves, Embracing the Sun.
Hello.
As the centuries passed, the Night
See you
Elves' new
around.
society grew stronger
I help you?
and expanded throughout the
Have
budding
a good
forest
one.
that they came to call Ashenvale.
You need something?
Many of the creatures and species that were abundant before the Great Sundering, such as furbolgs and
Light
quillbolgs,
bless you.
reappeared and flourished in the land. Under the Druids' benevolent leadership, the Night Elves enjoyed an era of unprecedented peace and tranquility under the stars. However, many of the original Highborn survivors grew restless. Like Illidan before them, they fell victim to the withdrawal that came from the loss of their coveted magics. They were tempted to tap the energies of the Well of Eternity and exult in their magical practices. Dathramar, the brash, outspoken leader of the Highborn, began to mock the Druids publicly, calling them cowards for refusing to wield the magic that he said was theirs by right. Malfurion and the Druids dismissed Dathramar's arguments be punishable by death. In an insolent and ill-fated attempt to convince the Druids to recede their law, Dathramar and his followers unleashed a terrible magical storm upon Ashenvale. The Druids could not bring themselves to put any of their kin to death, so they decided to exile the reckless Highborn from their lands. Dathramar and his followers, glad to be rid of their conservative cousins at last, boarded a number of specially crafted ships and set sail upon the seas. Though none of them knew what awaited them beyond the waters of the raging maelstrom, they were eager to establish their own homeland, where they could practice their coveted magics with impunity. The Highborn, as Ashada had named them in years past, would eventually set ashore upon the eastern land men would call Lordaeron. They planned to build their own magical kingdom, Dwarf, and reject the Night Elf precepts of moon worship and activity. Forever after, they would embrace the sun and be known only as the High Elves.
The founding of Quel'Thalas, the Omani Wars. The High Elves, led by Dathramar, left Kalimdor behind them and challenged the storms of the Maelstrom. Their fleets wandered the rest of the world for many long years. They discovered mysteries and lost kingdoms along their sojourn. Dathramar, who had taken the name Sunstrider, or Who Walks the Day, sought out places of considerable layer upon which to build a new homeland for his people. His fleet finally landed on the beaches of the kingdom men would later call Dwarf. Forging inland, the High Elves' settlement was in the tranquil, peaceful glades. After a few years, many of them began to go mad. It was theorized that something evil slept beneath that particular part of the world, but the rumors were never proven to be true. The High Elves picked up their encampment and moved northward towards another land rich with ley energies. As the High Elves crossed the rugged, mountainous lands of Dwarf, their journey became more perilous. Since they were effectively cut off from the life-giving energies of the Well of Eternity, many of them fell ill from the frigid climate and died from starvation. The most disconcerting change, however, was the fact that they were no longer immortal or immune to the elements. They also shrank somewhat in height, and their skin lost its characteristic violet hue. Despite their hardships, they encountered many wondrous creatures that had never been seen in Kalimdor. They also found tribes of primitive humans who hunted the ancient forestlands. However, the largest threat they encountered were the voracious and cunning forest trolls of Zul'Aman. These moss-skinned trolls could regenerate lost limbs and heal grievous physical injuries. But they proved to be a barbaric, evil race. The Omani Empire stretched across most of northern Lordaeron, and the trolls fought hard to keep unwanted strangers from their areas. The elves developed a deep loathing for the vicious trolls and killed them on sight whenever they were encountered. After many long years, the High Elves finally found a land which was reminiscent of Kalimdor. Deep within the northern forests of the continent, they founded the kingdom of Quel'Thalas and vowed to create a mighty empire which would dwarf that of their Kaldorei cousins. Unfortunately, they soon learned that Quathalas was founded in an ancient troll city that trolls still held to be sacred. Almost immediately, the trolls began to attack the elven settlements en masse. The stubborn elves, unwilling to give up their new land, utilized the magics which they had gleaned from the Well of Eternity and kept the savage trolls at bay. Under Dathramar's leadership, they were able to defeat the Amani warbands that outnumbered them 10-1. Some elves, wary of the Kaldorai's ancient warnings, felt that their use of magic might possibly draw the attention of the banished Burning Legion.
Hey
Therefore,
there.
they decided to mask their protective barrier, which would still
Safe
allow
travels.
them to work their enchantments. They constructed a series of monolithic runestones at various points around Quathalas, which marked the boundaries of the magic barrier. The runestones not only masked the elves' magic from extra-dimensional threats, but helped to frighten away the superstitious troll warbands as well. As time wore on, Quathalas became a shining monument to the High Elves' efforts and magical prowess. Its beauteous palaces were crafted in the same architectural style as the ancient halls of Kalimdor, yet they were interwoven with the natural topography of the land. Quathalas had become the shining jewel that the elves had longed to create. The Convocation of Silvermoon was founded as the ruling power over Quathalas. Though the Sunstrider dynasty maintained a modicum of political power, comprised of 7 of the greatest High Elf lords, the Convocation worked to secure the safety of the elven lands and people. Surrounded by their protective barrier, the High Elves remained unmoved by the old warnings of the Kaldorai and continued to use magic flagrantly in almost all aspects of their lives. For nearly 4,000 years, the High Elves lived peacefully within the secluded safety of their kingdom. Nevertheless, the vindictive trolls were not so easily defeated. They plotted and schemed in the depths of the forests and waited for the numbers of their warbands to grow. Finally, a mighty troll army charged out from the shadowy forests and once again laid siege to the shining spires of Quathalas.
What can I do for you? Safe travel.
King's honor, friend. Go with honor, friend. Be careful.
You need something?
Be careful.
What can I do for you? Keep your feet on the ground! You need something? See you around. What can I do for you?
Were involved, but mixing eggs and gears, not my finest hour. On the bright side, I whipped up the first breakfast that also doubles as a pocket watch. Greetings, folks. It's time for a whirlwind tour of the fantastic world of advertising. Brought to you by yours truly. Get ready to discover unique products and services that'll tickle your fancy.
Greetings, noble guardians of the woods. In a realm where time stands still and trees listen, why settle for mundane ways of communication?
Well met.
Introducing the Whispered Word Service. Send your thoughts, secrets, or simple alone be with you through our ethereal wisp couriers.
Light bless you.
Silent, swift, and shimmering. They carry your messages across the forest and glades of Azeroth. Be warned, always be polite and courteous to our wisp messengers. Fail to respect their delicate nature, and you may find your treasured world buffs mysteriously vanished. Let's just say, wisps have a certain explosive personality when offended.
Well, hello there, magic enthusiasts. Arcane aura potions, where alchemy meets elven sophistication. Each drop of our potions resonates with the arcane's harmonious energy. Sip and feel the magic flow through you. Because when it comes to elixirs, we make magic look as effortless as an elven waltz.
Get an edge in the arena with our state-of-the-art Goblin Gladiatorial Goggles TM. Now with target tracking and snack reminders. Because in the midst of battle, who does not want a snack?
The Alliance. Go with honor, friend. Be careful.
Took a trip to Silithus. Now, sand everywhere. And by everywhere, I mean everywhere. You'll be digging it out for weeks. Don't even get me started on the bugs.
Well met. Farewell.
Good day to you. Safe travels. Have a good one.
King's honor, friend. Be careful.
Charge of the Dragonflights, Protector's origin. Satisfied that the small world had been ordered and the work was done, the Titans prepared to leave Azeroth. However, before they departed, they charged the greatest species of the world with the task of watching over Kalimdor, lest any force should threaten its perfect tranquility. In that age, there were many Dragonflights. Yet, there were 5 flights that held dominion over their brethren. It was these 5 flights that the Titans chose to shepherd the budding world. The greatest members of the Pantheon imbued a portion of the powers upon each of the flights as leaders. These majestic dragons, as listed below, became known as the Great Aspects, or the Dragon Aspects. Amon'Thul, the High Father of the Pantheon, bestowed a portion of his cosmic power upon the massive bronze dragon, Nosdormu. The High Father empowered Nosdormu to guard time itself and police the ever-spinning pathways of fate and destiny. The stoic, honorable Nosdormu became known as the Timeless One. Ionar, the Titan patron of all life, gave a portion of her power to the Red Leviathan, Alexstrasza. Ever after, Alexstrasza would be known as the Lifebinder, and she would work to safeguard all living creatures within the world. Due to her supreme wisdom and limitless compassion for all living things, Alexstrasza was crowned the Dragon Queen and given dominion over mankind. Ionar also blessed Alexstrasza's younger sister, the lithe green dragon Ysara, with a portion of riches and traits. Ysara fell into an eternal trance, bound to the waking dream of creation. Known as the Dreamer, she would watch over the pure wilds of the world from her third realm, Emerald. Norgana, the Titan Lord Keeper and Master Magician, granted the blue dragon Malagos a portion of his vast power. From then on, Malagos would be known as the Spellweaver, the guardian of magic and the Titan Shaper and Forger of the World bestowed some of his vast power upon the mighty black worm Neltharion. The great-hearted Neltharion, known afterwards as the Earth Warder, was given dominion over the earth and the deep places of the world. He embodied the strength of the world and served as Alexstrasza's greatest supporter. Thus empowered, the 5 aspects were charged with the world's defense in the Titans' absence. With the dragons prepared to safeguard their creation, the Titans left Azeroth behind forever. Unfortunately, it was only a matter of time before Sargeras learned of the newborn world's existence.
Hey, Azeroth, hold your hounds, because it's that time again. Everybook Broadcasting Co. is about to pick the hottest deals and products of the week. If you got something to sell, why aren't you on the list? And now, roll the adverts.
Hurry! King of the mountains! Ever feel like your heart beats to a familiar tune of digging deep, raising picks, and echoing songs of old? It does, doesn't it? That's why we've got Stonebeard's Karaoke Cavern, an underground tavern where you can belt up the ballads of our people. Let the mountain reverberate with the melodies of iron and stone. And if you got that one iconic dwarven refrain on your mind, you know the one. Step right up. After all, isn't life about digging the right hole for your song? Grab a stout and make
the
your
finest
ancestors
wires in the
proud.
land.
Greetings, future coffin connoisseurs. Coffin and Casket Crafts is your go-to destination for the afterlife's finest wooden resting places. Our caskets come in various designs, including the Rest in Pieces model.
Be good.
Each one is lovingly crafted, and we even offer customized screaming inscriptions. Because when you go, your final resting place should say it all. Feeling the hunger of a warrior? Head to Grunt's Gut Busting Grill. Our chefs prepare meat so tender, it'll make you question if you're chewing at all. Eat like a champion, and stoke the fires of your inner beast.
Great to meet you. See you soon. Interest you on a pint? What's your bet? What can I get for you today? No, I've the finest wares in all. How are ya?
Great to meet you.
Arathor and the Troll Wars. The Grand Human Kingdom. As the High Elves fought for their lives against the Trolls' fierce onslaught, the skeleton nomadic humans of Lordaeron fought to consolidate their own tribal lands. The tribes of early humanity raided each other's settlements with little heed for racial unification or honor. Yet, one tribe, known as the Arathi, saw that the Trolls were becoming too great a threat to ignore. The Arathi wished to bring all the tribes under its rule so that they could provide a unified front against the Troll warbands. Over the course of 6 years, the cunning Arathi outmaneuvered and outfought the rival tribes. After every victory, the Arathi offered peace and equality to the conquered people. Thus, they won the loyalty of those they had beaten. Eventually, the Arathi tribe came to include many disparate tribes, and the ranks of its army vast. Confident that they could hold their own against the Troll warbands, or even the reclusive elves if needed, the Arathi decided to construct a mighty fortress city in the southern regions of Lordaeron. The city-state, named Strom, became the capital of the Arathi nation, Arathor. As Arathor prospered, humans from all over the vast continent traveled south to the protection and safety of Strom. United under one banner, the human tribes developed a strong, optimistic culture. Thoradin, the king of Arathor, knew that the mysterious elves in the Northlands were under constant siege by the Trolls, and refused to risk the safety of his people in defense of reclusive strangers. Many months passed as rumors of the elves' supposed defeat trickled down from the north. It was only when the weary ambassadors from Dwarf reached Strom that Thoradin realized how great the troll threat truly was. The elves informed Thoradin that the troll armies were vast, and that once the trolls had destroyed Quel'Thalas, they would move on to attack the southwards. The desperate elves, in dire need of military aid, agreed to teach certain select humans to wield magic in exchange for their help against the warbands. Thoradin, distrustful of all magic, agreed to aid the elves out of necessity. Almost immediately, elven sorcerers arrived in Arathor and began to instruct the humans in the ways of magic. The elves found that although humans were innately clumsy in their handling of magic, they possessed a startling natural affinity for it. 100 men were taught the very basics of elves' magical secrets, no more than was absolutely necessary to combat the trolls. Convinced that their human students were ready to aid in the struggle, the elves left Strom and travelled north alongside the mighty armies of King Thoradin. The united elf and human armies clashed against the overwhelming troll warbands at the foot of the Alterac Mountains. The battle lasted for many days, but the unflagging armies of Arathor never tired or gave an inch of ground before the troll onslaught. The elven lords deemed that the time had come to release the powers of their magic upon the enemy. The 100 human magi and a multitude of elven sorcerers called down the fury of the heavens and set the troll armies ablaze. The elemental fires prevented the trolls from regenerating their wounds and burned their tortured forms from the inside out. As the troll armies broke and attempted to flee, Thoradin's armies ran them down and slaughtered every last one of their soldiers. The trolls would never fully recover from their defeat, and history would never see the trolls rise as one nation again. Assured that Quel'Thalas was saved from destruction, the elves made a pledge of loyalty and friendship to the nation of Arathor and to the bloodline of its king Thoradin. Humans and elves would nurture peaceful relations for ages to come.
Hey there, all you funky folks in Azeroth. This is your Goblin DJ, Zappo Zapblast, bringing you the wackiest weather forecast in all of Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms. So, grab your dancing shoes and get ready for a wild ride. Starting off in Kalimdor, we got the Barrens. Now, this place is so hot it could make a fire elemental sweat. Expect scorching temperatures and sandstorm that have you exfoliating faster than a troll shedding its own skin. So don't forget your sunscreen, folks, or you'll end up looking like a crispy critter. Moving on to the Thousand Needles, where the weather is as unpredictable as a goblin's get-rich scheme. 1 minute you'll be baking in the sun, the next you'll be dodging lightning bolts and hailstones the size of murlocs. Better bring an umbrella and a lightning rod just to be safe. The Tanaris Desert, where the sun is hotter than a dragon's breath. This place is so dry, you'll be begging for a water elemental to give you a shower. It's like living in a convection oven, folks, so make sure you hydrate and wear your coolest shades. And remember, if you see a mirage, it's probably just a goblin trying to sell you something. Now, let's shimmy over to the Eastern Kingdoms, starting with the lovely Elwyn Forest. Here, the weather is as charming as a gnome's tinkering invention. Expect gentle breezes, chirping birds, and the occasional drizzle that'll make the flowers bloom brighter than a night elf's hair. It's a perfect spot for a romantic picnic or a gnome's tea party. Next up, we got the Burning Steppes, where the weather is hotter than a molten core boss battle. This place is so fiery, it'll turn your armor into puddle. Expect lava showers, volcanic eruptions, and the occasional rogue fire elemental party. Better pack your fire resistance gear and bring marshmallows, cause it's gonna get toasty. Last but not least, we have the Swamp of Sorrows. Now, don't let the name fool you, folks, cause this place is a hoot. Expect fog thicker than a dwarf's beard, sudden downpours that'll have you swimming with the murlocs, and mosquitoes the size of Torin. Better bring some bug spray and a good sense of humor, cause you'll need it. Alrighty folks, that's all for today's weather forecast from your favorite goblin DJ, Zappo Zaplast. Remember, no matter the weather, keep dancing, keep smiling, and keep the goblin spirit alive. Stay funky, Azeroth.
Well met. Safe travels.
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind?
No.
Talk to me. Off with you. Well met. Be good. You got my attention. Be good.
You got my attention.
Safe travels.